Okay, I'm back with another video, and today is going to be reacting to Jose Almonte getting released. And he was a Crawdads player. He didn't hit that well in 2019. He was with the Crawdads for a while. This is not really recent news because it says February 28th. He was released by the Crawdads, or the Rangers, or whoever released him. This is pretty much new news because he was on the Crawdads roster till April 16th, pretty recently, until Luis and Sunchen got his spot on the Crawdads roster. He was with the Crawdads for a while. He didn't hit very well. He was placed on the IL a few different times. Let's just say he didn't have the best season in 2019. Now, did I think he was going to move up to the Wood Ducks? Absolutely not, with the terrible hitting that he showed in 2019. But when you have an .036 batting average in the last 10 games, I understand why the Texas Rangers would have released him. An .036 batting average. That's worse than Isaiah Corres, who was literally the worst hitter on the Crawdads last year. And he was terrible last year. So that pretty much shows that he was pretty terrible, and you could understand why the Rangers would pick him to release. Luis Sunchen is a lot better of a player than Jose Almonte ever would have been, and I understand that. Now, he finished the season with a 160 batting average, which is terrible. Isaiah Corres, I'm pretty sure he finished the season with a below 100 batting average, which that's just terrible. Not many people have I seen that has a below 100 batting average for the year and is on the AA team somehow. Now, how in the world is Isaiah Corres on the AA team? That's my question that I don't understand. And Isaiah Corres, if he starts on the AA team, it'd be a miracle. But he could start even in Spokane. He is not very good. And Jose Almonte, I think he would have started in Spokane too. Let's just look at his last 10 games for a second. Yeah, not very good. Well, in 10 games, his batting average went from 176 to 160. That's just in 1 week. That pretty much means he did a terrible job for 1 week straight. His last game of the season was 7/31/19 versus the Charleston River Dogs. I'm pretty sure I was at that game too. He was placed on the IL for a while. And then that was pretty much it for his career. I don't see anyone else picking him up or anything like that. I mean, if anyone does pick him up, I don't see him going much above single A. We'll see where Isaiah Corres starts, though. I'll probably make a video on that because if Isaiah Corres starts in AA, that's going to be pretty bad. Even though I do think the Frisco Rough Riders will have a good team on the positive side. It says he was released February 28th, which apparently is not true according to their roster, but, okay. Trying to scroll down, sorry. Okay, 2016, he's been with the Crawdads. That was kind of his best season, pretty much. Him, Chris Garia, Eric Jenkins in the lineup. That was pretty good. He was the 1 or 2 hitter. I think the Crawdads maybe should have put him in that maybe more because just because he was good in 2016 in that spot. Why not just give him another chance in that spot? He was also on a rehab assignment with the AZL Rangers that year. We're going pretty much from 2016 to 2019. That was pretty much what time he spent with the Crawdads. He had 8 home runs, 26 ribbies for the Crawdads in that season, 2 stolen bases. Now in 2017, he still had a pretty decent season. 66 games, 227 at-bats, 42 hits, 66 strikeouts, so he had more strikeouts than he did hits, which is kind of sad. He had 6 home runs, 19 RBIs, and what is not looking too good in this is he had a 185 batting average for the whole season. And it wasn't like he didn't play in that, like in any games. He almost played in half the season. I think he actually did play in probably half of the games that the Crawdads played in. A 185 batting average is... 2018, he was pretty much injured the whole year. He didn't appear a single game with the Crawdads. He was on a rehab assignment for 11 games with the AZL Rangers. 31 at-bats, 194 batting average, 1 RBI, no home runs, 14 strikeouts, 6 hits, 8 runs. Just wasn't doing that much good. And then 2019, the season that was probably his worst out of all. 57 games, 194 at-bats, 22 runs, 31 hits, a 160 batting average. I already talked about that, but a 160 batting average, 70 strikeouts, 1 stolen base, 3 home runs, and 22 RBIs. And that's probably why he was released. For one, the batting average. For one, he played 57 games, and he didn't have that great of a season. I mean, I'll give the Rangers that. He was placed on the DL, whatever you want to call it, twice. One stint from June 25th to July 25th. The other one was August 1st to September 22nd. He was also assigned on May 30th of 2019, was assigned to Rangers Extended Spring Training, which is pretty much like a place that players go to just work on something. He was assigned there in May, and he was also on the Spokane Indians roster for 2018. He was with the AZL Rangers for 11 games. He was on the Spokane Indians roster. He just didn't play for the Spokane Indians when he was on their roster. Well, I said we weren't going to do 2014 or 2015, but we're going to anyways. DZL Rangers 2014, 0 home runs, 5 RBIs, 317 average, and then he got to the AZL Rangers, and everything just went downhill again for him. 2 homers, 18 RBIs, 164 batting average. Total for the year, 2 homers, 23 RBIs, 193 average. Then let's look at 2015. 0 home runs, 8 RBIs, 121 batting average. That was his worst batting average with any team in his career. This was with the AZL Rangers, by the way. Now with the DZL Rangers, he was a little better in batting average there, 186 batting average, but also had more strikeouts there with 26 strikeouts. 7 RBIs with the DZL Rangers. He didn't hit a home run that year. And here's his stats for that year, 2015. 48 games, 176 at-bats, 20 runs, 29 hits, 0 homers, 15 RBIs, 45 strikeouts, 16 more strikeouts than hits, 2 stolen bases. He was also caught 3 times, and a 165 batting average for the year. And his OPS was just terrible that year at 470. 470 for an OPS. That's terrible. The one thing that was good, something that I just looked at from 2016, his best year of his career most likely, 792 OPS, and then it just went totally downhill in 2017 to a 551 OPS. That's a big drop, and then it went back up in 2018 with AZL Rangers, 631 OPS. And then it just went totally back down in 2019. And this is the main reason why I think the Rangers released him. 142 of an OPS drop to 489 for the season. And that's why I think mostly why the Rangers did release him. Or, well, it wasn't the Rangers. I don't know why I keep saying the Rangers. It was the Hickory Crawdads that released Jose Almonte. And that's the end of the video for today. This was me reacting to Jose Almonte being released by the Crawdads. This happened on February 28th, 2020. And he just got removed from the roster April 16th, 2020. And one more thing also. He had 60 games in 2014 that he played and 48 games in 2015. And that's it for this video.